Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nasuha Anis binti Muhammad Nizam and my matric number is S55980. So today I will present to you about my individual assignment 1 for ACT 3501, which is Accounting Information System. So here is the H10 Fleming case. So based on the problem 3.6 above, please analyze the case and the diagrams as required in A, B, and C. Make a video recording of first, how to create a contact diagram for the above case by using Microsoft Visio software. The second one is how to create a data flow diagram level 0 for the above case by using Microsoft Visio software. The third one is how to create a flow chart for the above case by using Microsoft Visio software. So the meaning of the contact diagram is used to establish the contexts and boundaries of the system to be modeled, which things are inside and outside of the system being modeled, and what is the relationship of the system with these external entities. A contact diagram, sometimes called a level 0 data flow diagram, is drawn in order to define and clarify the boundaries of this software system. It identifies the flows of information between the system and external entities. The entire software system is shown as a single process. So for the first one, we will prepare a contact diagram to document accounts payable processing at SMS. So based on the H10 Fleming case, the purchase order that are forwarded from purchasing are stored in a purchase order file. So the first one, we will create the data process. So what is data process? So transformation process is any activity or group of the activities that takes one or more inputs, transforms and add the value to them, and it provides output for the customers or the clients. So this data process SMS accounts payable. And then the second one, we will create the data source for purchasing department. So what is data source and destinations? Okay, so the data source and destinations is the people and the organizations that send the data to and receive data from the system, which are represented by these square boxes. Data destinations are also referred to as data sinks. And then we will connect this data source in data process with the connector using this curved line. Okay, so this curved line is we call this as data flow. So the flow of the data into or out of a process is represented by the curve or straight lines with arrows. So this line we need as a purchase order, and then for the next, the receiving reports are stored in a receiving report file. So we will create the data source for receiving department. Receiving. And then from this receiving department to the SMS accounts payable. which is through the receiving report. And then the next case is about when vendor invoices are received, the accounts payable clerk records the amount due in the accounts payable file and files the invoices in the vendor invoice file. So here we will create the data process. Okay, this is for the vendor department, and then we will connect this from the vendor department to the S&S accounts payable as invoice. And then S&S pays all the accounts, and then when it is time to pay a bill, the accounts payable clerk retrieves the vendor invoice, attach the purchase order in the receiving report, and forwards the matched documents to Ashton Fleming. So from the S&S accounts payable, make a payment to the vendor. So we will connect this S&S accounts payable to the vendor using this data flow, and this is the payment, and the payment is made. Payment and remittance advice. And then the next is at the end of every month, the accounts payable clerk uses the accounts payable ledger to prepare an accounts payable report that is forwarded to the Suzanne, which is in the management. So we will create the data process as the management department. And then the accounts payable report from the S&S accounts payable to the management. So here is the accounts payable report. So as we can see, this is a contact diagram to document accounts payable processing at S&S. That's all from me. Thank you.